3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, May 12th, 2018. The third time I'm doing this video. You have no idea the problems that come my way sometimes when I do these videos. We're going to talk about a couple things. Robinhood, an article, interesting article. And then number 2, Litecoin. I want to jump into Litecoin. So let's do it. Robinhood, which offers a free trading service, confirmed a new funding round on Thursday that quadruples its valuation to $5.6 billion and makes it one of the most richly valued startups in the country. $5.6 billion. That's crazy. I don't have it highlighted, but I want to point it out. It was a Series D. They raised $363 million, led by DST Global, as well as you have Sequoia Capital, Capital G, which is formerly Google Capital. Big names in the VC world, throwing big money at Robinhood. And if you don't know, the service attracted more than 4 million users who can take positions in individual stocks as well as mutual funds, ETFs, options, and cryptocurrencies. Sequoia Capital, throwing a lot of money into Robinhood. That's number 1, why I'm bringing up this article. Do you think that these highly accomplished, highly successful VCs would be throwing this much money into a company like Robinhood if they didn't believe cryptocurrency was going to do something big? They're smart people. I think they have an idea. Let's finish the article. Robinhood is now the second most highly valued financial technology startup in the country behind Stripe, which allows merchants to accept online and mobile payments, and is valued at $9.1 billion. Robinhood's total amount of funding stands at $539 million. So Stripe at $9.1 billion, Robinhood at $5.6 billion. And valuation can be applied to private or public companies, and obviously market cap, which we'll look at, applies to publicly traded companies or cryptocurrencies. Litecoin, $8 billion. So Litecoin, $8 billion. Stripe, $9.1 billion. $1 billion more than Litecoin. And $5.6 billion goes to Robinhood. So let's talk about this just for a minute. VCs invest in startups. The earlier the stage, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. So, you're talking a pre-seed investment. There is volatility. There is risk. There are unknowns. But there's also a high reward if there is success. And so in terms of cryptocurrency space, right now, Litecoin at $8 billion, and you have a company like Stripe, huge company, by the way. But if you believe cryptocurrency is going to be as big as a lot of people think it's going to be, Litecoin at $8 billion, under Stripe at $9.1 billion, just gives you a sense, just gives you a picture of how early you are. I don't know, pre-seed, Series A, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's fun to associate it and think about it in terms of you and I being little mini VCs in this cryptocurrency space. But that's how my mind works. It's that Robinhood article does a great thing and really helps portray how early I think we all are in this space in terms of our investments and in terms of growth and in terms of the value of, the value. We say it all the time, Litecoin, very undervalued. And I think it is long-term, very undervalued, which is why I'm long on Litecoin. I don't even mess around trading Litecoin. So let's jump in. Litecoin is the number 1 cryptocurrency I tweeted earlier in terms of being adopted for its powerful usability value prop, i.e. Abra, Alliant, etc. LTC is up over 200% in BTC pair since December. Pair that with consistent support at 200 EMA. Litecoin is stronger than ever. Litecoin can and will stand on its own. Litecoin is stronger than it's ever been, I think. Look at this. When I look at the LTC BTC pair, I just think of, look at the consolidation. I think of Litecoin in terms of like fitness. It's like strengthening its core. It's getting ready to lift some heavy weight, to make some crazy gains. That's what I see. I think in the next 90 days even, you're going to see LTC BTC pair. You're going to see LTC catch up a little. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be 25% of Bitcoin, but it's going to catch up a little. So let's go over to Litecoin. Let's start at the weekly. I want to touch on a point. I get a lot of comments lately. It's time to start talking about bear market, Dan. Why are this is a bear market? I don't know what you're talking about. You should have sold. And especially if it's a hater, they'll say we should have sold like Charlie Lee did at the top, because now we're in a bear market. So I want to address that, because does the weekly chart right now, does it look like a bear market? It doesn't look like a bear market to me. It looks like a correction. It looks like a pullback, which doesn't matter what market you're in, it happens. Sarah even said earlier, what goes up must come down. Come on. So pullback, 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 pullback. These things happen. What I like is this is a huge pullback, huge consolidation, which really could be preparing itself for something huge on the upside. I'm not saying it's going to, but it's definitely helps tell that story. So that's my weekly. And if you want to talk about a bear market, you're not going to really hear me talk about it unless we get to under 100, which is really a key area for Litecoin. It's that previous low here that we had like end of January or whenever. And then it's also actually just that support that we have at this high we had in August of 2017. So that $100, that's a big part of this whole bear talk. But for me, we're not there. So I'm not talking about a bear market. On the daily, we can talk about the daily because this is where a lot is going on. And we can start with indicators, which we've really been doing lately a lot. You can see the stock RSI all the way down here in that oversold area. We've had a little bit of a pullback in terms of momentum. We were kind of coming down quick, and you can see it on the daily bars. I mean, just look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we finally we had a green day yesterday. It just like put the brakes on that pullback a little bit, which is good. So right now we're looking for this daily stock RSI. It's kind of cruising back down. And you can see last time we were this oversold was at the bottom that we had of this huge triangle, this previous bottom at 110 or wherever we were. So now we're having a similar type of swing on the stock RSI. Another thing I want to point out on the RSI is we started to approach the 40, which is an important area in terms of the way that I track the momentum and health of Litecoin. In terms of even the bear market scenario, we didn't even touch 40 on the RSI. I think we got like 41 or so, kind of bounced up when we had the brakes. We put on the brakes on that pullback, so that's good. And then really a very important thing on the daily that I want to point out is just this 50 and this 200 EMA as they've really approached each other like they have, right? As it's consolidated. And it's interesting where they've come close right here where they are right now. And you can see the 50 EMA is right at the $150 and like the 200 is right at like the 146. So $150 has been really a topic of conversation right now for a while for Litecoin. You can just see it right there. And we're below it right now. And simultaneously, we're below the 50 and 200. So right now, on the upside, as we're oversold on the daily, I'm hoping for a swing back up and through this 200, this 50 EMA, and this $150. It's $150. It's going to help us. We've really just been you can see it, just hanging out around it for a while now. Up above it, down below it. We want to be above it. We want to have 150 act as support, not resistance. So right now, I want to see Litecoin. We all want to see Litecoin go up, but let's see what happens if we approach 150 again. If we bounce off of it as resistance or if we can break through it, that's going to be important for us. Besides that, I just kind of see this previous low right around the $130 mark as a new area of support. We don't want to break that low, and you can see it right there on the 4 hour. If we do happen to go back down, we're at 140 right now. If we happen to go back down to 130s, we want to keep an eye out for 130 and see if we can stay above it. But for right now, in terms of where we are on the just being oversold, we've had an insanely red last week. I'm really looking for a swing up. I'm hoping for a swing up. And I want to see what happens if we approach 150. So even going into tomorrow, that's what I'm looking for right now. We're at 140. Maybe we'll trade sideways. I don't know, but it's something for me and you to look forward to going into tomorrow, which is Sunday, May 13th. So those are my thoughts today. Let me know your thoughts. Are you having a good weekend? Are you bullish on Litecoin? Are you one of those bears out there that is bearish on Litecoin? Let me know. And if you do let me know why you disagree with what I'm saying. How are we in a bear market right now? But I appreciate you watching either way. I really do. Thank you so much. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the channel. As always, I will see you in the next video, and God bless.